when Judson Phillips announced my appearance here tonight, he explained why like this. He said, Farah was a Tea Partier before there was a Tea Party movement. And no one has ever paid me a higher tribute than that statement, honestly. In fact, way back in 2003, I wrote a book that literally prophesied this movement that you have created. It was called Taking America Back, and that's exactly what you are doing. That's the mission. That's the goal. And it's the most exciting development in American politics in my lifetime. Now, I got even more specific about what was coming in America in a book I wrote in 2008 called None of the Above. And in that book, I explained why neither major party presidential candidate would change the failed course America was on. And the only difference between the two candidates was the speed at which they would drive the country to the brink of bankruptcy and disillusionment. But more to the point, I explained what would happen if Barack Obama were selected. I explained that the freight train he was driving would result in a major grassroots rebellion. Ordinary, hard-working Americans who never marched in a protest or attended a rally were going to get off their behinds and fill the streets. And you fulfilled that prediction dramatically, in powerful ways. And you did it in numbers and speed that I could not have imagined. But our work is only beginning. And that's why we're here this weekend. And it's really great to be among like-minded folk, like-spirited people. And conferences like this are great for sharing ideas and experiences and learning from others and getting the creative juices flowing, strategizing. And it reminds me of this story. I don't know if you heard about this international medical conference that took place recently. Doctors were all sharing their success stories with one another. And a French MD says, medicine in my country is so advanced that we can take a kidney out of one man, put it in another, and have him looking for work in 6 weeks. And not to be outdone, the German doctor says that is nothing. We can take a lung out of one person, put it in another, and have him looking for work in 4 weeks. And to that, a Russian doctor says, in my country, medicine is so advanced that we can take half a heart out of a person, put it in another, and have him looking for work in 2 weeks. Then the American physician gets up and he says, you guys are way behind. We recently took a guy with no birth certificate. No brain, and put him in the White House, and now half the country is looking for work. This is being broadcast by C-SPAN, I want you to know. So this is the first time television in America is going to hear about some of this stuff. This is going to be shocking. This is why this is going to be more radical than Angela's speech. I have a dream. And my dream is that if Barack Obama even seeks re-election as president in 2012, that he won't be able to go to any city, any town, any hamlet in America without seeing signs that ask, where's the birth certificate? It's a simple question, and it has not been answered, despite what Bill O'Reilly will tell you. The rest of the media, they think it's ridiculous, which makes me certain it's one of the most important questions we can be asking. It really hits the target polls now show in California, last week, a poll done in California, 33% of Californians either believe Obama was born outside the country or have doubts about his alleged Hawaiian birth. Nationwide, it's closer to 50%. Even significant numbers of Democrats have their doubts. But the media and the politicians, they keep pretending it's all been settled. It's all been proved. I say if it's been settled, show us the birth certificate. Simple. Just this week, you probably saw Barack Obama's appearance at the National Prayer Breakfast. And he said, don't question my faith and don't question my citizenship. Now, why should his citizenship be a matter of faith? We're not supposed to see the evidence? Now, some people think I'm obsessed about this issue. I admit it. I'm obsessed with the Constitution. I think every American should be. I think every office holder who takes an oath to uphold it should be. I think every journalist who practices the profession under the Constitution's protections should be. Does the Constitution mean what it says? Does it actually limit what the Congress and the federal government can do? I had an interview today with National Public Radio. And, the lady was, lovely lady interviewed me and was going pretty well, and I mentioned the Constitution. And then she said, well, but the Constitution is a living document. And that's why we have a Supreme Court to explain to us peons what it really means. And so I said to her, if you believe that, Michelle, I'd like to play poker with you under living rules. High-stakes poker under living rules. But what about this Constitution? Can Congress constitutionally require Americans to buy medical insurance? Does Obama have the constitutional power to appoint unaccountable czars to rule over virtually every aspect of our lives? Does Congress have the power to kill or inhibit freedom of speech of talk radio hosts like Rush Limbaugh? Do we have a right to bear arms or not? You passed the test. So what's wrong with being obsessed about upholding the Constitution? Without it, America ceases to be America. Some people say it's not important where Barack Obama was born. Some think the Constitution is just an archaic old document, or worse, it's a living document, one that changes in meaning over time. And to those people, I say there's a process for amending the Constitution. But it's the basis for all our laws. It's the glue that holds us together, that binds us as a people, as a nation state. And we abrogate it and abuse it at our great peril. And I take seriously its eligibility requirements for presidents. I admit it. Rush Limbaugh had a funny line when he asked, what do God and Barack Obama have in common? And his answer is, neither one of them has a birth certificate. It's a funny line.